Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Be on the lookout. Police in Macomb County say this man has been breaking into garages and vehicles in at least 2 communities.
Accused of misconduct, neglect of duty, and criminal sexual conduct. A former MSU Dean can only wait as his case goes to a jury.
A mom wants answers as a school district tries to find out what went wrong in the case of a 2nd grader left alone on a school bus. Topping our news at 6, the mistake that left a little boy wondering where he was and his mom wondering whether she can trust the school district to transport her son.
Yeah, a 7-year-old wound up sitting on a bus alone in a parking lot in Ypsilanti for a couple of hours until staff found him.
Right, it happened at Childs Elementary School. Rod Maloney picks up the story from there. He's at the bus lot where the boy was found about a half-mile away.
By 10 o'clock in the morning, a 7-year-old 2nd grader would usually find himself in his seat in the classroom. But that's not what happened here yesterday. That 7-year-old here in Ypsilanti found himself sitting in the school bus, locked in, with no one around.
I'm freaking out.
And why not? Tiara Huntsman delivered her son Braylon Martin's backpack to school, Childs Elementary, about 10:30 a.m. because he'd left it behind, only to find out that he wasn't there. Turns out his father had dropped him off at the bus stop at 8:09, and then no one knew where he was. Mom was justifiably terrified.
I'm thinking, like, is he sure he got on the bus? Did somebody kidnap him at the bus stop? Something has happened.
Soon the district figured out that the little boy had fallen asleep on the way to school.
He missed getting off at the school. Once he arrived here, I think he woke up shortly after the bus driver and everybody got off.
This, of course, shouldn't have happened. Bus drivers are required to check every seat at the end of a run and put up an empty bus sign at the back. We don't know if the sign ever went up, but the school district is looking into exactly what happened and why. In the meantime, transportation issues are a major concern for Lincoln Consolidated Schools. A bus driver shortage and poor service led the district to consider cutting out busing last night, even after this incident, and yet it voted to keep its transportation system intact. Superintendent Sean McNatt apologized.
We're very sorry that this incident took place, and that we will be following up to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and just reminding everyone of the procedures.
This incident was just unacceptable.
This, of course, with just 4 days of school left. Now, Mom here is very happy with the school district, not so happy with the transportation department. The HR department is looking into the school bus driver, investigating what happened, what didn't happen, what should have happened, and why. In the meantime, Braylon, we see, was pretty stout. It doesn't look like he cried or was upset. He just sat there and did not stray out of the bus because he said there were a lot of buses moving around in the yard. Mom had warned him to stay away from moving vehicles, and that's precisely what he did. Back to you.
Smart young man, yeah. Rod, if they're keeping their bus system and the procedures, what are they doing to fix the many problems?
Well, the superintendent told me that they have an interim director who certainly stepped in to try and do the job, but they now know that they have to do essentially a nationwide search to find top-level management for their transportation system, and the superintendent says that search began today.
Glad he's going to be okay, though. Okay, Rod. Jason.
The fate of former Michigan State Dean William Strample is now in the hands of a jury. Strample is charged with misconduct in office, willful neglect of duty, and criminal sexual conduct. Nick Monticelli is live in the newsroom. And Nick, how is this looking as it goes to the jury here?
Well, anytime the evidence isn't perfectly clear, it's going to be a tough decision. Strample was the dean of osteopathic medicine. He was Larry Nassar's boss, and he's accused of letting him go back to work without proper supervision. But he's also accused of talking lewdly to students and sexually assaulting some.
And that it was at this meeting that he tells her to stand, turn 2 times before you sit down.
In closing arguments, the Attorney General claimed William Strample used his position as Dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine as control over female students and laid out details of allegations of sexual assault grabbing female students.
No doubt that it was a grip, not just an accidental brush, not just somebody accidentally sliding their hand across your behind, but a grab, an actual grab.
The prosecution also claims through testimony Strample would make lewd comments to other female students.
When are you going to learn your place to be submissive and subordinate to men? And when are you going to learn to dress sexy? You're not going to make it in medicine unless you do.
His defense attorney, though, says the comment should be considered locker room talk.
that speech does not show corruption, does not show a corrupt intent.
The CSC charges are the fifth count. At the top, willful neglect of duty and misconduct in office. The state believes Strample allowed Larry Nassar to go back to work without proper supervision. Again, his defense attorney disagrees, saying at the time, most thought Nassar's procedures were medically necessary.
Can we sit here today and say, I know exactly what Dr. Strample was supposed to do that day, and he didn't do it?
Now, the jury started talking about their verdict around lunchtime today. They left for home around 4:30. They'll be back tomorrow to keep deliberating. We're live in the newsroom. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick, and we will let everyone know as soon as there is a verdict in that case. Nick, thanks. Also today, MSU's former president, Lou Anna Simon, was in court. This was another hearing to decide if she'll go to trial for the alleged cover-up of the Nassar scandal at MSU. One development in this case is a comment by the judge about a note reading Nassar on a folder with an agenda for a meeting with Simon. That comment on the note and other evidence could show how the judge might rule here.
I think they provide probable cause that Dr. Simon knew what was going on.
Simon's lawyer says he doesn't believe any evidence has been entered to show that Simon was lying. Today's hearing ended without a decision. The next hearing in this case will be in July.
Okay, over here in the Weather Center with Ben, we've been talking about how nice it is, how warm temperatures got today, and it's still nice out there at this hour.
Take the dinner out on the patio, sunshine, nice. Warm temperatures. I mean, it's all coming together. Low humidity, light winds. It is just a perfect day out there. 78 is where we sit currently. Even some of the cooler spots up here in the north zone, Sandusky and Port Huron, you're both at 73 right now. And even if you're going to wait until after the 11th tonight, when some of us get off work, it's still going to be nice enough to be outside. Mid to upper 60s as we head past sunset. Pleasant finish this evening. Tomorrow is going to be very close to this as far as temperatures go, but we're going to start ushering in rain as we get into the second half of the day. We'll time that out and see how much we're expecting and what the weekend looks like all in a few minutes. Guys?
All right, Ben. The search is on for a suspected thief in Macomb County. The Macomb County Sheriff's Office says this man is a person of interest in several break-ins in New Haven and Lenox Township. Deputies say someone has recently broken into several garages and vehicles, taking a number of things. If you know who this person is or if you have any information, call the Macomb County Sheriff's Office.
The Michigan Supreme Court has ruled 4 Warren City Council members cannot seek another term in office. Warren has a 3-term limit of 12 years in office, but it also allows for district seats and at-large seats. A city attorney opinion gave council members 3 terms each as at-large and district members. 2 weeks ago, a district judge, though, said 12 years is the limit. Last week, an appeals court panel overruled, but today, the state Supreme Court said the 3-term limit stands.
All right, pop quiz time. What do you get when you mix a Michigan State park, a renowned Dutch garden designer, and $4 million?
Well, we're soon going to find out. Paula Tutman is on Belle Isle, where a unique project is now underway involving a whole lot of money and a whole bunch of plants. Hi, Paula.
Hey, guys. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of perspective. Renaissance that way. Arboretum is this way. Bell Tower is this way. And take a look at this. This is pure nirvana for anybody who loves flowers and pollinators. To use flowers in your paintbrush and the earth as a canvas is a gift, one bestowed on the city of Detroit by famed Dutch garden designer Piet Oudolph.
Piet is the designer of the High Line in New York and Lurie Garden in Chicago, which are 2 of the top tourist attractions in New York and also in Chicago.
Ground was broken today on Belle Isle for the masterful feat. The start of a more than $4 million project to not only sculpt nature into living 3-dimensional art, but to endow it so it survives the folly of economics.
There are too many projects in Detroit that have been done and forgotten and left. Basically, $200,000 in design, $2 million in the ground, and $2 million in the bank to endow it for perpetuity.
The project, spearheaded by the Garden Club of Michigan, an all-volunteer corps who will enthusiastically bring Oudolph's vision to fruition. 2.5 acres, standing sentry, the Bell Tower of Belle Isle. And by browsing the Sponsor a Plant page, you get a sense of the colors of the artist's palette and participate in bringing a pollinator's dream to life. The colors of the paintbrush, Aquila moonshine with its golden yellow, allium and echinops with their playful purple puffs, echinacea or hula dancer bowing gracefully in the wind, and a splash of helenium's bright orange, a masterpiece of Mother Nature and man.
So this is going to be like a three-dimensional impressionist painting of perennials and flowers coupled together that are going to be on mounded beds with steel edging, and you're going to be walking through them. These surround you with structure and size and color and vibrancy.
Whew. I love that description. I can't wait. So the first flowers actually go in this fall. Too many tens of thousands for me to even remember. It makes my head absolutely spin. Of course, they're still looking for volunteers to help plant as well as some money. We'll put information on the Local 4 Paula Tubman Facebook page because in case you haven't heard, we're talking birds, bees, and butterflies all summer long on that page. And so I hope you'll join me there. This is exciting, guys, for flower lovers and pollinators alike.
Indeed.
And people who just love to see Belle Isle beautiful.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, Paula, we appreciate it.
All right, time to check in with Lester Holden, see what he and his team are working on for tonight. Nightly News at 6:30.
Lester joins us live from New York with a preview. Lester, good evening.
Hey, Kim and Jason, good evening. Coming up, questions about more deaths in the Dominican Republic. We're going to speak with Americans on the island about their vacation safety fears. Plus, do you fall asleep with your TV turned on? We'll look at why leaving on your TV at bedtime could be bad for your health.
Yeah, I've often heard that, and it has to do with the light from the television, right, Lester?
Yeah, researchers say that artificial light can lead to weight gain. We're going to say exactly how much when we see ahead on Nightly News.
Okay, we'll see in about 20 minutes then. Thank you.
Yeah, boy, what doesn't lead to weight gain these days? No one wants mosquitoes hanging around their home, but you're probably not doing everything you can to keep them away. The experts weigh in ahead in good health.
Plus, this man was given a free pass to walk out of a store where he was just caught shoplifting. See how he took that second chance and made things so much worse.